Hi, Michael Hutchison here. Thank you for your time. Please take good notes, listen to learn, and more importantly, listen to teach others. When you take these courses with the mindset that you must understand to teach, you go to the next level. If you've been with me, you know that I consider myself an introverted extrovert and an extroverted introvert. Are you with me? Anyone else shy like me? Anyone a situational introvert like me? Meaning, although you're naturally shy, you will come out of your shell when the situation calls for you to do so. As an introvert, I've worked hard to become a skilled and effective communications expert. This skill gives me a leading competitive advantage over most people. The ability to make small talk and keep a conversation going with pretty much anybody is a skill that when you master it will help you tremendously. This was not always the case for me. Early in my career, one of my biggest fears was walking into a networking event or meeting someone and thinking I would come across as boring. Today I'm going to share 5 secrets to keeping a connected conversation going. Before I do, here's the overarching truth that makes all these communication skills optimally effective. Be present. Keep your focus on the person you're speaking with. The first secret to keeping a connected conversation going is to have a genuine interest in the other person. Look them in the eyes and ask the secret question. I use the secret question all the time, especially when I meet super successful people. Are you ready? Are you ready to learn the secret? Here it is. I ask them, what's your story and what are you most excited about? This is so good. It works like a charm. The beautiful thing about this question within a question, what's your story and what are you most excited about, is that you're inviting the person you're speaking with to tell you whatever they want, whether it's about their job, family, business, or favorite sports team. These are questions that immediately draw the other person in and allow them to speak from their heart. And then from there, you move into the second secret, which is to ask questions, lots of questions. In other words, really get to know that person. And when you ask one question, the person you are in conversation with generally responds and gives you something you can ask another question about, or go back to their original statement and ask them a question based on that. If you ever get stuck with what to ask, think of what we say in English are the 5 W's and H questions. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. These questions are sometimes called journalistic questions, fundamental questions that every story should answer. It's a beautiful, connected conversation when every time you ask a question, you receive a small informational nugget after informational nugget after informational nugget. And it's these informational nuggets that you're going to use to springboard into other questions. Ask enough questions such as, what's the best thing that's happened to you this year? Or why did you choose your profession? Engage with the person and really listen to discover something that you both have in common. Eventually, you're going to move on to the third secret I use to keep the connected conversation going, which is to talk about things I love or that the person I'm talking with loves. One of the beautiful ways to do this is to ask my favorite travel questions. What are your vacation plans? What did you do on your last vacation? Where did you go? Note that I ask open-ended travel questions. I did not ask a yes or no type question such as, do you like to travel? If you break through that small talk barrier and actually get into some things that you're genuinely passionate about or they're passionate about, such as travel, it's incredible. It's not hard to keep a conversation going at this point because they love talking about places they visited. Most everyone loves to talk about travel. And you love talking about cruise vacations that you're excited and passionate about. And so if you can get there, game over. You both win. It's amazing. The fourth secret to keeping a connected conversation going is to ask, how can I be the most helpful or add value to you right now? Or is there anyone in my network you need to meet? To really add the most value to a conversation, Once a level of comfort has been established, ask the other person, how can you be most helpful to them, whether personally or professionally? You'll be amazed how pleasantly surprised people will be by this thoughtful gesture and how responsible they are in their answer. Your genuine willingness, no strings attached, we say in English, to make yourself useful to others and introduce them to people you know leads to more interesting, engaging, and real conversations that may lead to future opportunities. And last, but certainly not least, the fifth communication secret I use is to tell a good story. Being a good storyteller is about telling a story that inspires action. It's all about the ability to connect with somebody emotionally to what you're talking about. A great story has a bunch of different parts, and you can't rush it. Tell your story like it's a movie or a book. I will tell you exactly how to do this in the next video. Let's wrap up. Remember, when you approach another person in conversation, the skill you want to use right off the bat is to immediately show sincere interest and curiosity in that person. This will pave the way for a smooth conversation that can go places. Whatever questions you decide to use, the important thing is to always ask open-ended questions and to avoid work-related questions or business questions until much, much later in the conversation. You'll be surprised how seamless the transition is to discussing business or exploring partnerships once both partners feel a connection. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you soon.